but in the interest of time, but please put your hands together for Hari, who's also here with us. The next pitch is going to be from Nomadics. We're going to invite Ramesh Balan and Kirk Ordus from Nomadics, the company that is looking to disrupt and transform education for millions of students around the world with their game-changing platform. So given that they're going to pitch education and Hari is an educationalist, it's going to be a good combination.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ramesh, and this is Kirk.
Hi.
We both are from Nomadics. Education is the second largest industry, and it's the last one that's waiting to be disrupted. So Nomadics is a platform-based company, and we make classrooms, especially digital classrooms, more interactive and smarter. So we are based in Plano, Texas, and as I was saying, it's a SaaS platform. We're in early growth stage, so we have done a lot of the proof of concept piloting. We've also released a paying version that customers are using, school districts are using. We've gotten a lot of press recognition, not just here in the US, but also we got covered in the front page of the Hindu. It was a front page article, and then we started getting a lot of traction in India. So that's one of the areas that we are actually going to move into also. So the whole idea is about how to make learning more dynamic for students and more so we can make the learning more efficient, avoid a lot of the manual work that goes on, and also automate and also make it more interactive and make it more data-centric. Right, we are the first to market in the kind of platform-based approach that we are introducing into the market, and also it's a lot of effort building this kind of a platform, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so although there's multiple markets that we can be going, I mean, we have been pulled into higher education in India, some of the private engineering colleges. So they are asking us. Our focus is squarely on K-12 because it's a huge market by itself. You know, the classrooms are wanting to go digital. They are bringing in lots of devices and all that. It's actually, U.S. spends about $50 billion in technology. But still, if you go into a classroom right now, you're going to see that most of what they are doing is still traditional paper-based, and even if they are using some digital tools, it's just rudimentary and not very helpful. So most of the time, you're seeing the devices just sitting there, and the students just, most of them, they're actually learning using the traditional ways.
So we have three revenue streams. One's the platform, the SaaS subscription model. We have a content exchange where we're sharing information among teachers, among classrooms, among school systems, so they can monetize their efforts. And then we have an app, and there's some in-app purchases and a freemium model. In terms of distribution, it's a global distribution model, all indirect. In the US, we're distributing through Office Depot. That's US and Canada, and then we're setting up a distributor, master distributor relationship in India and in the Mideast. And what we're looking for is $700K in convertible debt.
Thanks.
So basically, as Ramesh said, right now there is a digital classroom. There is some content in classroom. It's primarily PDFs, movies, Word documents, what have you. And what's missing is actual engagement between the student and the teacher. The digitalization has gotten in the way. They lack the feedback, it's not data-driven, and it lacks personalization.
One of the other things also is it's been traditionally controlled by the publishers, right? So they've been selling textbooks, they've been holding on to it, but the schools actually would want to take the control over, because when you use a textbook, it's just one source that you're dependent on. The internet offers you so many different ways by which you can bring the content into the classroom. And that's what the teachers are doing. But unfortunately, all that content that's available to them, or majority of that, is static. You know, a lot of PDF files. So what do you do with the PDF file? You can put it on a Google Drive and let the student download it and print it and then start working on it. That's not enough. So what we have built is a one of the first platform-based solutions in the whole industry, okay? So it's actually centered around making the content, the lessons, the courses, the actual learning experiences, the traditional learning experiences, not just the e-learning that you've seen so far. How do you actually learn? By repetition, by going and showing the work, working through a problem. How can we digitize the whole experience? That's what you're online. So then they would send it out to some content conversion people, create XML formats. So that's the whole tedious process, right? So what we have created is a content studio. It's got 7 different authoring tools and then corresponding apps. And then to simplify the workflow between the teacher and the student, we have created something called a classroom app and a backpack app. So that's all the teacher and the student needs. And then we have created entire content exchange so there can be collaboration between all the teachers to create this dynamic content. You're basically democratizing the whole dynamic content. So as we were saying, you're taking a static content and you're building layers of intelligence. I call it for interactivity, for assessment, for feedback. So these are all metadata formats. Sorry about getting technical. But once that is all bundled together, it's all created using the Content Studio. So there's smart paper, smart